Hello, 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 everyone. Let's see who is going to join us. We do have the iPad here, so we're going to go ahead and share to our groups. They can get things to cooperate. Crossing my fingers and saying a little prayer that we stay live because I did lose my internet for a couple of minutes. So, oh, hey, Sherry, glad you could join. Oops. We don't want feedback. All right. All right. Come on now. Let's go back there. I'm going to share. Hey, Sue, so glad you could join, and thank you for sharing. I'm going to share with our groups. And, of course, Facebook is now giving me issues. There we go. Finally got it to pop up. Shared with the VIPs and the team. Okay, I think we're good now. Thank you for joining. All right, happy 4th of July weekend to all of you as well. I hope everybody had a great 4th. Yes, gosh, today's the 6th, so it was Friday. We went to my sister-in-law's. We had a fabulous time there, as always. She puts on quite the spread. An amazing picnic. I'm sure if she's not exhausted, she'll be popping in here. But yeah, we had a great time with family on Friday, and I hope you all had the same. So tonight we are playing with the Meant to Be stamp and bundle. So this is the Meant to Be. And before we get started, though, we're going to just go through our quick housekeeping, which is very short this time. It's just our paper pumpkin. We are in the July subscription period. It is now July 6th. You have a few more days left to get in on the Sweeter With You kit. It's goes live or will begin shipping on July 11th-ish. You're going to create 8 handmade cards, 2 each for designs with 8 coordinating envelopes. You're going to get pre-cut paper pieces and vellum accents. You're going to get hand-painted card bases. And you're going to get coordinating colors for the kit are Garden Green, Granny Apple Green, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger. So those are some of our in colors, the Strawberry Slush and Timid Tiger. So those will be fun to have. And the ink spot is going to be Garden Green. All kits do coordinate with the die set you see at the bottom of the flyer there. All 3, there's like 3 kits for the quarter, and there's 3 different die themes for the quarter, and they all coordinate with the all 3 kits for the quarter. I can't speak today for whatever reason, but anyway, so definitely something to keep in mind if you enjoy having pre-designed kits or you like kits for on the go. Paper pumpkin is definitely a great way to have quick and easy crafting. All right. The other quick thing I wanted to mention is the online exclusives. We did have new online exclusives, which I didn't put the new flyer up. I apologize. This is the old flyer, but we did get new ones that dropped on July 1st. Some amazing product there. So definitely make sure you're checking that all out. And then, of course, just a quick reminder that July 16th begins the virtual album retreat. This is a really cool retreat. You purchase the kit and you're automatically part of the retreat. It is recorded, so if you can't make the live, it is something that you can watch after, but you make 12 2-page spreads. So it's 2 pages per month. So you're going to cover all 12 months. You'll have a full album ready to roll for the year. It's $250. But again, you get everything you need except the actual album itself. But all of the parts, the pieces, the papers are included in the kit. You'll need your own album. You'll need your own adhesives. Everything else is included. And it is a great value because, again, you're getting 24 pages. You're going to be able to fill your album and be ready for the full year. And you just get to craft. It's a virtual event, but you're crafting with friends all across the world. And it's definitely something to be done in fun. All right, so now we can switch over to Mint to Be. So this is a really cute set. It's got a nice die set, which a lot of my dies are over here in my little magnetic tray because we are using them. But these are the ones I have not used yet today, but definitely used a lot of them. And they are so stinking cute. So I'm going to show you the cards really quick that we're going to be making tonight. We have this one here, Love This Life. Then we have We Are Meant to Be. Isn't that be so cute? And then, of course, we have our Hive. Thought that was really cute. Love this one as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. And I think we're going to make our We Are Meant to Be first. So how is everyone? Hopefully everyone had a fabulous holiday weekend. I'm just melting because I'm in my upstairs second floor is where my craft room is located. And of course, it's mighty warm. And I have the air conditioner running and the fan. And I do apologize if you're hearing a lot of humming in the background from all of that. But it's either that or I will suffocate. So I hope it's not too bothersome. I know, I think we're all melting today. Trying not to be complaining about the melting because we're usually freezing and we did freeze until May. But oof. Okay, starting with a thick basic white card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Oh, nice, Sherry. This class here is available free with a $40 per. Actually, I'm going to honor the 35. I wrote on Facebook 35. It's normally a $40 purchase, but because I did make the mistake in my post on Facebook saying 35, I will honor that. If you place a $35 order in my online store, I will send this class to you. You'll get all the pre-cut paper and embellishments. And you will need your own Meant to Be bundle or use what you have. Maybe you have the old bee set. That would definitely work. You're just going to substitute out the sentiments and use your bee punch instead of the dies. Oh, hey, sis, you did make it. I didn't know if you would be exhausted after Friday. I was telling him all the food and the fun. Excuse me. Okay, now I have a little strip here. This is a 1/2 inch by 4 inches of basic white. And this is just going to get some adhesive, and it's going to go about 3/4 of the way down to the bottom of our card here. Try to get that up there straight. There we go. So there's our little strip. All right. I have a bunch of scraps here, and these are all for die cutting. Our little octagon shapes here. So now we're going to bring in the baby boss. Of the plates. And I have the 2 smallest oops, octagons. I'm starting with the larger one. And we are going to start with our old olive and a little shape here. Now, these dies do cut out a frame and a solid centerpiece. For this particular color, I just want the frame. So I'm going to run that through. So this gets set aside for another project. And there's our little frame that we do need. So we're going to set that aside up here. Next, I want my petunia pop. We're going to cut out the same little shape here, a little honeycomb shape. So this one, I do want to save my center, but I also want my frame. There we go. And now I got to die cut our bubble bath. Again, using the same size. And we're going to run that through. But yeah, I've been definitely melting today. Trying not to, but that. And for this one, we don't need our little frame. We're going to set that aside for another project. We want our center. And then using the smaller shape, so I don't drop it and lose it here, we're going to die cut our basic white. So that goes in like so. Okay. So for this one, we are also going to save that white frame for another project. And we have our white solid piece here. This goes back to the dies. This one over here so we know where it is when we need it again. And we will. And I do have here my piercing mat, because again, we're using a photopolymer stamp set. We're going to get a much better impression if we use that when we're stamping. And I'm bringing back my little white honeycomb shape here. Got it nice and straight. And I'm bringing in the We Are Meant to Be. And we want our petunia pop ink. And we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. Just like so. We are meant to be. All right. No, I forgot to bring over my stamp cleaner. So I guess we'll put the clean stamps afterwards. All right. Now, my petunia pop solid shape here, I'm going to run through my big boss. And for that, I am using the exposed brick. And because this is going up and down, and I want my bricks to be straight, we're going to set that in there. Nice and straight, like so. And that's going to go through the big boss. And now we have our textured shape here. And that's going to go right about there. We also need our shape here. Mess up this aside for now. We do have to stamp our B, but we're going to do that after. So I do have here my fine tip glue. There, so we don't lose it. We're just going to go ahead and add a few. Maybe not. All right. I guess this is, even though there's a pin in there, it is plugged. All right. We've got regular glue, and I'm going to show you a little trick. Get a scrap here. And we're just going to put some glue there. And we're just going to pick up with this little rubber brush. Little bits of glue. I tried using adhesive sheets today, and I think because it is so warm up here, in spite of the air conditioner, that it was tearing rather than peeling. And I wasn't in the mood to fight it. So we're just going to use regular glue. All right. And then, oops. Just add a little bit of glue there. and then drop that right inside that frame. Oh, hey, Kay. So glad you could join. We certainly did have a wonderful 4th. Thank you very much. And oh, good. I'm glad they arrived after all of that. I don't know what is going on with our mail, but they're not delivering or picking up the way they're supposed to. And I'm not amused. All right, so then we have this petunia pop frame that's going to go down just like so. So we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. And add little bits of glue. Let's have to get some more. And so this one goes just like that. Okay, next we have our bubble bath. And we're going to do the exact same thing, just add a little bit of glue. Oop. And that's going to pop right inside of that frame. Oop. And then we want dimensionals. Center this right on there like so. Now we can set this aside until we need it again, because we will. I got some scrap basic white. Okay, put my So we got this one for our bee. So we're using the smaller baby. Where did I leave that little baby oval? Bear with me. It looks like I left the oval on my desk over here. Of course, right here it is. Okay. There we go. All right, so now we want our new ink color, Darling Duckling. We're going to ink up our little oval here. Just like that. Should have grabbed the stamp cleaner while I was over there, but I didn't. It's okay. All right. Close that up. Then we want our Mento Black ink up his little stripes and his little bee bum. Line. Just like so. Which I didn't do a very good job. His tail is way too far away. So let's go ahead and do that again. My paper has two sides. Ink that up again. And this. Yeah, that looks better. There we go. Much better. Oh, we do need his face. Use this one. And this one. And there's his little sweet face. Set that aside. Then I have this here piece. That is going to do his little antennae. And for his wings, I'm using Pool Party. So now, find our dies that we need. Everything's still attached to this. Okay. So we have his little antennae here. That all lined up. Now we want his wings. There we go. And then his little bee body. Him. Okay. Scrap pile. bring back the baby boss. And I have this fan all but blowing on me, plus the air conditioner going up, and it is still like melting temperatures up here. There we go. So now we have our sweet bee. Isn't he cute? And there's his little antennae. And his little wings. This back and the magnet. There we go. And take these like so. All right. Our trash. And that goes here like so. Okay. Next, blue dots. Blue dots are our friend here. So we are going to take a blue dot. I'm going to use it right on the center little post of his wing here. And that's going to have his wing attach to him, just like so. And then we're going to do the same thing with his little antennae. There we go. And we're just going to stick that behind like so. All right, so we have our little bee put together. And once again, a couple of little dimensionals. And he's going to buzz around right there like so. And there is our first card complete. I just think these little bees are adorbs. Love them. Pieces. All right, so there's our first card. Second card is the Love This Life. And I totally got this one through a card sketch. I printed it, found this on Pinterest. I have a board for card sketches, and I was kind of like going through the sketches that I had saved over the years, and this happened to be one of them. It's operationwritehome.org. They have a lot of great sketches, and so they were one of my favorites that I've been saving over the years. So this is this card sketch that inspired this card. I just changed the sentiment strip here to match my sentiment, but it is 3/4 inch wide, but it's a little bit longer than the 2 3/4. All right, so for this card, I have a bubble bath card base that's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Well, thanks, sis. Glad you liked it. Then I have a piece of the designer service paper that measures 1 1/4 by 5.5. And that's going to just run down the side of our card base like so. So I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive. And about a 1/4 inch border on the right there. So there's our strip. Then I have 2 pieces of the same designer series paper, and this here is the is it cute as can be designer series paper, and you'll find this. It's one of the online exclusive designer series papers. Got a lot of adorable patterns in here, between the little bees and then the different patterns behind hearts. Look at how cute that is. I mean, just really cute paper. So that is part of the online exclusives. And these little bee stamp set is also an online exclusive that came out last winter, but it's still going strong. So they have not retired it yet. All right. So next I'm going to take my striped paper and put this down. And it goes down at an angle. So again, kind of keeping in tune with the sketch that I used. So that, and these 2 pieces actually measure 3 inches by 4 inches. So they're both 3 inches by 4 inches. So we're going to go ahead and put our adhesive down. Oop. And now this one kind of goes up this way. Just like that. And then we take our sentiment, love this life. And I am using Memento ink. I'm going to bring my cushion back, because that is going to give us a much better impression. This card is going very quickly, as you can see. Thank you, Kay. I'm glad you like it. And Sue, you ladies, I appreciate all the love. All right. Tomorrow I will be announcing the collaboration class I'm doing with my friend Cindy. We're doing the sunrise sailing. We're in the process of designing our cards right now, and tomorrow we will be announcing officially our class. So be watching. If you're not on my mailing list yet, you'll definitely want to be, because I'll be announcing the class tomorrow via email. I mean, it'll be everywhere else too, but email gets first dibs. All right, so there's our Love This Life. We're going to go ahead and use dimensionals. I like to use about 3 of them. Dimensionals are cheap, so don't ever be stingy with your dimensionals. All the adhesives. Use all the borders. I use them right all the way up till there's an empty sheet, but never chintz on them. All right. So this here is going to go right about there. Like so. Then I have here these Starburst sequins. They're so pretty. Take your pick tool. Get my putty all made up here. All right, so we're just going to there. And then put another one here, and we'll grab a little white one and put that right there. And that finishes card number 2 already. Quick, like a bunny. I love quick and simple, especially when you're short on time. That's what you need. The next one is still quick and simple, but it has a little bit more detail because of our sentiment being our hive, and it's fully die cut. But it's an easy card to make, and I am going to show you how to do it. So we have a pool party card base this time, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Gold on that score line and burnish out with your book. Set aside. Then I have another piece of that same designer series paper. This one measures 2 dots. All right, so this measures 4 inches by 2.5 inches. And it's this one here with these pretty little flowers. Backside is the stripes. And that is going to go in the center of our card base. So quick and easy. Again, the only thing that makes this one a little bit more time consuming is the fact that we are doing some die cut. But it's easy stamping, and the die cutting is easy too, honestly. There we are. All right. Next, I have scrap for our bee, scrap for our hive. So we have our hive, and then we have our hive detail in Pool Party. So we're going to start by stamping our bee. This time we're using the larger bee. Larger body, larger wings, larger stripes. So we'll bring back our cushion. We're still using Darling Duckling. And we need our little oval body. Stamp him off to the side here. We want our basic black from our memento here. So we're going to ink up his stripes. And there's his little bee body. All right, next we need his bee wings. So there's a sweet bee wings. And bring back our memento. So we need his little antenna. And he needs his little smile. There's his little smile. All right. So that's done. So now we're going to go ahead, find the little pieces to die cut him with. Let's see. Here's his wings. Here's his body. And we need his antenna. Now, if you're cutting out multiple bees, there are 2 antennae, but there's only 1 stamp antenna, but there is 2 dies for the antenna. Just so you're aware. I'll go ahead and grab our words while I'm here. Here we need the detail. And that. Okay. I think we're ready to start. I can put that aside. All right. Let's line up our wings. There we go. Okay. And then we have his little bee body. And his antenna. And I apologize. My husband just started the lawnmower. I'm not sure exactly what he's planning to do, but of course, when I'm going live or am live, hopefully you're not hearing that. He must be getting ready to put it away. Sometimes I just wonder. Okay. Okay, that's gonna go into the baby boss. Run that through. Just like so. So there's all that. Little antenna. We're gonna set that over here with those pieces because now, while we have the baby boss up here, we're gonna take basic white scraps here, and we're gonna cut out our little cloud words here. I like to call them cloud words. The little shadows. Oh, come on. There's one. Oop. Back there. Here's 2. This is our. Okay. All right, there's the second one. Okay, that's that. Ew. Melting. All right, so next, this is where I had my adhesive sheet, but the adhesive sheet is tearing rather than peeling away. So we're just going to go ahead and use glue. We're going to go ahead and cut that out of our scrap here. And there. Die cuts are done. And the one thing we do want to make sure we don't lose our little dot for our eye in Hive. So that's going to do that. So we're just going to leave that right there so that we can find that when we're ready for it. So we have our Hive. And have our little bee here. Little antenna. Goes there. There's his little wing. And here's our sweet bee. Ooh, don't lose that. And there, so it doesn't get lost. And now we have all our pieces. So now we're going to bring back, we're going to get some fresh glue because that's turned into a blob. And let's get our little pokey tool here. Okay. Oop. Must have realized what he was doing was not what he should be doing because he stopped. Oh, I can't believe he started that thing when I'm doing this. Oh. All right. So now we have the word hive. So we'll start with this one, and we're just going to go ahead and add sorry, not even in frame here. I apologize for that. I'm just adding bits of glue. Like so. So now we're gonna just set this like so. And then I'm just going to take a little dot of glue there and pick up the eye. So there's our hive. Now we want our so once again, I'm just in these little rubber brushes you can find on Amazon. They're extremely inexpensive, but they're great for adding glue because they easily, once the glue actually dries, you can just peel it off. makes for easy gluing. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and tack this down. There, just like so. There's our hive. I'm going to let those set aside and dry. That we're done with. And now we can put our little bead together. I'm going to use, as I did before, our glue dots. Our trusty glue dots work wonders. So we're just going to use that center post. These glue dots are nice and strong. That's all you need. So there's his wings. And then we're going to do the same thing with his little antenna. Okay. So next, dimensionals. Put our glue dots away. Bring our dimensionals back. And here the backings. Just put our hive right there towards the bottom. Then we got our oh, I didn't see them in Hobby Lobby, but I haven't really looked in Dollar Tree for them, but good to know, Sherry. Okay, there's our hive. And now we're going to do a couple dimensionals right here on our cute little bee. There. And he's going to just buzz around right above here. And then back to our pretty little starburst sequins. Take your pick tool, and we are going to do a little large and another small. And that finishes card number 3. And right on time, 8 o'clock. All right, quick recap. We have our honeycomb card. We have our super simple love of this life. And our pool party little our hive. Just a really cute set. Like I said, I happen to love it. I think it's adorable. You could certainly mix and match with the old, I say old, bee set. They have the punch. These bees are a little bit different in size. So again, they all work together and coordinate well together, both sets. So if you have the one, you'll definitely would like this one. Because again, like I said, they work together. But on its own, if you don't have the old set with the punch, the dies in the stamp set are really adorable. All right, but guys, this is all I have for you tonight. Again, thank you so much for coming to hang out with me on this very muggy, sticky, sweltering Sunday after the 4th of July holiday. So I really appreciate each and every one of you for coming to hang out. And God willing, I will be back next week with something more fun to share with you. In the meantime, like I said, watch your email if you're on my mailing list. I do have a class coming out that you may be interested in using the sunrise sailing. That we've already done Facebook Live on that. We've had a lot of ideas with that one, and we've had even more come up with this new class. So definitely a really versatile set, especially if you're looking for kind of on that masculine tone. The class will include half a pack of the In Colors Designer Series paper, which is a 6x6 paper pack. You're going to get half of that. So yeah, you're going to get the In Color flat pearls, and I can't remember. I think we might have included. I think we included a blending brush. I think something like that. Anyway, definitely want to pay attention. Again, the class posts tomorrow registration. So yeah. So stick around. We've got more fun things coming. In the meantime, have a great rest of your evening and an even better week ahead. Bye for now, guys.